SBC Media.
Welcome to the iGaming Daily Podcast, analysing the news from the betting and gaming industry all over the globe, supported by Optimove, the #1 CRM marketing solution for the iGaming market.
Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of the iGaming Daily, sponsored by Optimove, the #1 CRM marketing solution for the iGaming market. 56% of the EGR Power 50 personalised player experiences with Optimove. And as a special offer, Optimove are now offering new clients a free first month when they buy Optimove. For more information and to claim the free month, go to optimove.com/SBC. Links will also, of course, be left in the podcast episode description. For today's iGaming Daily, I spoke to Betsson CEO Pontus Lindwall, and we discussed the company's start to 2024 and new markets, and also had a look ahead to a really exciting summer of football, which includes the European Championships. Enjoy. Firstly, Pontus, thanks ever so much for joining us, and congratulations on what was a largely successful start to 2024 for Betsson.
Yeah, it was a nice start. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. And, the start, the positivity was fueled a lot by the growth of your casino sector and what you've been doing in iGaming. Can you talk a little bit more about this and what led to this success in iGaming?
Yeah, actually, it's high activity across the board that took us to the success. But then again, casino outcome is always a little bit more stable due to the nature of the business, whereas sports is a little bit more it's fluctuating more due to the nature of that business, which is the charm with sports. So I would say that the reason for coming out so strongly and with the casino as the driver behind that is that we have the very high activity across the board in all our services.
That's really interesting, and I'm going to keep it to casino just for a second. You launched a significant number of new games this year. Were there any that had particular success? And what is the strategy behind launching new games?
Today we have so many games, and it's not that you launch a single game and it becomes a huge success immediately. It's rather that it's a way of developing the offering you have to all your customers. You need to come with new titles and new games all the time, and that's what we do. But it doesn't happen that we launch a new game and that one makes a very big trace in the P&L for the first quarter.
Yeah, and to break it down into demographics a little bit. Western Europe was a real success story for you guys, specifically Italy. Can you tell us more about what went so well in the Italian market?
Yeah, we've been building up our Italian business for a very long time under the brand Star Casino. And it's been geared towards casino, as you can tell by the name. During the quarter, we also launched Betsson in the Italian market, and of course we have already proven that we know how to operate in the Italian market, and Italy is a very sports prone market, so we have very high expectations on the brand Betsson, that we should now tap into the sports betting part of the Italian market or in the future as well.
And obviously, to really boost that, to give that the acceleration that it can benefit from, you've got a partnership with. I think I'm not sure there are many more iconic footballers in Italy than Francesco Totti. You've got that partnership. I guess that can really help in that market.
Yeah, that's a good partnership. Francesco Totti, obviously, being a very popular person in Italy with an amazing career behind him. He played for Roma all his career, and by teaming up with him, I think we have a great position to go into the sports betting market of Italy.
100%, and it couldn't come at a more fitting time as well, with the European Championships coming up. You're really well prepared for that heading into the summer and to tap into that opportunity.
Yeah, we are, and it starts on the 14th of June. So right by the end of this quarter, the second quarter, and it's going to be an amazing tournament. We look forward to it a lot. And, we have great activity in our business already now. And we just wait and see what happens when the tournaments start.
Most certainly. And what do you believe will be some of the trends, some of the key things that enable Betsson to stand out during the European Championships?
I think I know what we will do. We will make sure that we have very competitive offerings to the customers. We will make sure that we are up and running all the time, that our services is very snappy and works well. And I'm sure we have some ideas about marketing and market communication as well surrounding the tournament. So we look forward to it.
Yeah, that marketing is key, I guess. And I did want to ask you, how much you feel sports partnerships have helped sort of boost exposure for the Betsson brand this year and will continue to help in the summer ahead.
Yeah, sports partnerships is very important to us and actually to the sports as well. And it shows that we go hand in hand with the sports and that betting is a part of the sports or the experience with sports.
Yeah, 100%. And obviously, the tournament will be played in Germany. The German market was one of the very few markets that kind of you struggled in a little bit during this start to 2024. What steps are you taking to kind of be on the path to progress in Germany?
Germany is not on the top of our priority list, even though the championship will be played in Germany. It's a different regulatory landscape, and we have other markets where we prioritize our efforts more than Germany.
Yeah, and another market I did want to ask you about was the LatAm market, and I guess specifically Argentina. Obviously, a really strange beast this year with kind of disruptive politics, if you like. Without asking you to comment on those politics, how challenging has the Argentine market been, and what can you do in this market given the landscape?
SBC Leaders connects the gambling industry's top-tier operators and associations to share the best ideas, collaborate on solving the biggest issues, and push innovation throughout the betting and gaming industry. If you're an operator and want to join the discussion, visit sbcleaders.com for more information.
Yeah, it's as we said in the report, there was the valuation of the currency, of course, hitting us a bit, but we are in good shape in the market. We have 3 local licenses there. Argentina, obviously, being very interested in sports, and for the Copa America that starts on the very same day, actually, as the European Championship. Argentina is the favorite team, so the interest there is going to be huge for that tournament, and we're going to continue to push our brand in the market ahead of that tournament. So we're optimistic.
Yeah, I'm salivating just a little at the prospect of the summer of round-the-clock football that we've got with the European Championships and the Copa America. It's going to be a good one for sure. And speaking more generally, Latin America, for iGaming, it continues to grow, continues to be a key market. How important is this a focus for you guys?
It's an important part. It's an important part of our revenues already, and it's an important part of our future where we put a lot of our efforts. The market as such is maybe a little bit behind Europe in terms of regulation and all of that, but it also means that there are more land to grab in the future going forward. So it's a highly prioritized part of the world for us at Betsson.
Yeah, and when we speak about that land to grab, we've obviously all got a very keen eye on Brazil. It's going to open up. How important is it that it's very young regulation, but how important is it that the regulation in Brazil in terms of iGaming isn't too crippling and it kind of works with operators a little bit?
And that's important for Brazil, but not only for Brazil, but for all markets, actually. And we have been waiting for regulation in Brazil for a very long time, and it's one step forward and two steps backwards sometime, but now it seems to happen finally, and we look forward to it.
Yeah, really interesting stuff. I'm excited to see how that market develops, and obviously, it goes without saying that it's a football mad nation too, and a sports mad nation. So a big one for the sports book too.
Yeah, for sure.
Fantastic. And just to sort of round us off, I did want to ask you about your M&A strategy. Obviously, a big part of what you've done this year, a big part of your success down to M&A. How crucial is it that you sort of have got your acquisitions right and you continue to get them right? And can you give us a little insight into the strategy that goes into some of your acquisitions?
Yeah, we've been doing plenty of acquisitions over the years, and the most recent one was in the first quarter this year when we acquired this Dutch company. And as a group, we are in a very good position at Betsson because we have a very strong balance sheet. We have cash in the cash box. We have the organization to handle acquisitions, to take care about acquisitions. So it's a built-in part of our growth strategy. So we're going to continue for sure within the M&A track.
Yeah, and I guess, the Dutch market is a good example because it's a very unique market in terms of framework, in terms of player trends. Does the M&A strategy help you get that localized knowledge and get those boots on the ground in the region?
Yeah, and that's what we aim for in all M&A activities. Actually, it's even we know how to do internet gaming for sure, but there is no such thing as a recipe that works around the globe. So we always strive to get this local knowledge, and if we can acquire a company with good people with feet on the ground, that's what we are looking for.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense, and I think it really kind of underpins why you've been so successful. And I'll give you the mic to kind of round us off. The year ahead, obviously, we got the European Championships, we got the Copa America, but what else can we look forward to from Betsson? What should be some of the key trends? Why should we get excited for the year ahead?
Yeah, I think the year has started off very strong. We're in a good position. We have those tournaments that we have talked about. That's going to be amazing to see how that plays out. And apart from that, I think we will continue on the path which we are already on, building more activity in our gaming services, looking for new acquisitions, keep up building the Betsson group to be even bigger than we are today.
Fantastic. Very exciting. And I guess just a very final one. You mentioned looking ahead in gaming there. We've mentioned some of the trends in sports, but what do you think will be the key trends in gaming that really set the Betsson offering aside and continue to allow your casino output to grow and thrive?
I think most operators have more or less the same games offerings in total. What I think we are quite good at is to localize the content offering. Even though we have the same offering in total in each market, we try to localize what we offer to the customers on top of the presentation in the app, on the website. So we become even more localized in the iGaming offering in the different markets. That's where we want to go.
So just break that down for me, really. What does that mean exactly, localizing the offering on top of that? You mean like in terms of how do you do that?
We do that by, when we have local knowledge in certain countries, we know that in this country they prefer this and that game, but in this other country they prefer this and that game. Then we make sure that it's easy for the customers in the respective markets to find those games. That's about how easy it is.
Yeah, very simple, but incredibly effective and incredibly important as well. So, Pontus, I know you're a busy man today, so I thank you ever so much for your time, and look forward to hearing from you after the Euros, I guess, and after an England victory and a successful period for Betsson as well.
Yeah, I saw the other day that they are the favorite in our betting matrix for the European Championship, so you're in a good position there.
I know it.
And Sweden is not there, so we cannot beat you this time.
I know. we always have play each other at tournaments, to be fair. So, but yeah, we have a good side, but I know it almost feels too good to be true. But we will see.
Yeah, good.
Brilliant. Thanks ever so much, Pontus. I really appreciate your time.
Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to today's iGaming Daily podcast, supported by Optimove, the #1 CRM marketing solution for the iGaming market. If you want to find out more about some of the subjects raised today, feel free to explore any of the sites in the SBC News Network or check out the latest edition of the SBC Leaders magazine. Happy reading.